Welcome to our channel, Elevate English. Today, we have a true story. It is a story about a simple man. It is a story about a fisherman. He was not rich. He was not powerful. He was not famous. He was just an ordinary man. But he did something extraordinary. He built a school. He built a school for the children of his village. He gave them hope. He gave them a future. He changed their lives forever. This is the story of the fisherman who built a school. Let me tell you the story. The man's name was Mr. Carlos. He lived in a small fishing village on the coast of a beautiful country. The village was poor. The people were poor. They lived in simple houses. They wore simple clothes. They ate simple food. They worked hard every day. They fished in the sea. They sold their catch at the market. They earned just enough to survive. They had no extra money. They had no extra time. They had no extra resources. There was no school in the village. There were no teachers. There were no books. There were no pencils. There was no paper. The children did not go to school. They did not learn to read. They did not learn to write. They did not learn mathematics. They did not learn science. They did not learn history. They did not learn anything. They spent their days playing in the dirt. They spent their days helping their parents. They spent their days doing nothing. They had no hope. They had no future. They had no dreams. Mr. Carlos was a fisherman. He was a simple man. He had no education. He could not read. He could not write. He could not do mathematics. He could not do science. He knew nothing. But he had a big heart. He had a big dream. He had a big vision. He wanted to help the children. He wanted to give them a chance. He wanted to give them a future. He wanted to build a school. His friends thought he was crazy. They said, "You are just a fisherman. You have no money. You have no education. You have no experience. You cannot build a school. It is impossible. It is ridiculous. You should focus on your fishing. You should focus on your family. You should focus on your own life. Let the children be. They will be fine. They will survive. They will find their own way." But Mr. Carlos did not listen. He had a dream. He believed in his dream. He believed that education could change lives. He believed that every child deserved a chance. He believed that he could make a difference. He decided to build a school. He decided to do it himself. He decided to make his dream a reality. He started with nothing. He had no money. He had no materials. He had no help. He had no support. But he was determined. He was persistent. He was resourceful. He found a small piece of land. It was near the beach. It was not very good land. It was sandy. It was rocky. But it was free. It was his. He started building. He gathered stones from the beach. He gathered wood from the forest. He gathered mud from the river. He used his own hands. He used his own strength. He used his own time. He worked every day. He worked from morning until night. He worked after fishing. He worked before fishing. He worked whenever he could. He was tired. He was sore. He was exhausted. But he did not give up. He kept going. He kept building. He kept dreaming. Other villagers saw him working. They were curious. They asked, "What are you doing?" He said, "I am building a school. I am building a future for our children." They laughed at first. They thought it was a joke. But then, they saw his determination. They saw his passion. They saw his dedication. They were inspired. They decided to help him. They started coming to help. They brought stones. They brought wood. They brought mud. They brought tools. They brought food. They brought water. They brought their time. They brought their energy. They brought their love. They worked together. They built together. They dreamed together. They created something beautiful. They created something meaningful. They created something that would last forever. They built a small school. It was a simple building. It had walls made of stone. It had a roof made of thatch. It had a dirt floor. It had small windows. It had a small door. It was not fancy. It was not comfortable. But it was a school. It was a place of learning. It was a place of hope. They built desks from old wood. They built chairs from old wood. They built shelves for books. They bought books from the city. They bought pencils from the city. They bought paper from the city. They bought chalk and a blackboard. They bought everything they needed. They were proud of their school. They were proud of their achievement. They needed a teacher. They could not afford a teacher. They had no money. But Mr. Carlos had an idea. He said, "I will be the teacher. I may not know how to read. I may not know how to write. But I will learn. I will learn with the children. We will learn together. We will grow together. We will succeed together." Mr. Carlos started learning. He learned to read. He learned to write. He learned mathematics. He learned science. He learned history. He learned everything. He studied hard. He worked hard. He was determined. He was dedicated. He was passionate. He wanted to be a good teacher. He wanted to give the children the best education possible. He taught the children. He taught them to read. He taught them to write. He taught them mathematics. He taught them science. He taught them history. He taught them geography. He taught them everything he knew. He taught them with passion. He taught them with energy. He taught them with love. The children loved him. They respected him. They looked up to him. They learned from him. They worked hard. They studied hard. They were determined. They wanted to succeed. They wanted to achieve their dreams. They wanted to make Mr. Carlos proud. The school grew. More children came. They came from surrounding villages. They walked for miles. They were eager to learn. They were hungry for knowledge. They were thirsty for education. They wanted a better life. They wanted a better future. They wanted to achieve their dreams. The school became a success. The children learned. The children grew. The children thrived. They became smart. They became confident. They became ambitious. They wanted to achieve great things. They wanted to make a difference. Many students went on to secondary school. Many went on to university. Many became professionals. Some became teachers. Some became doctors. Some became lawyers. Some became engineers. Some became business owners. Some became fishermen. But they were different. They were educated. They were confident. They were successful. They were proud of their village. They were proud of their school. They were proud of Mr. Carlos. The school changed the village. The village changed. It became a place of hope. It became a place of opportunity. People were no longer trapped in poverty. They had a future. They had dreams. They had the power to achieve them. Mr. Carlos's impact went beyond the school. He taught the adults too. He started adult literacy classes. He taught parents to read and write. He taught them basic math. He taught them about health. He taught them about hygiene. He taught them about nutrition. He gave them knowledge. He gave them skills. He gave them power. He taught fishermen better fishing techniques. He taught them how to use better nets. He taught them how to find fish. He taught them how to preserve their catch. He taught them how to sell it for a better price. He improved their lives. He improved their families. He improved their community. He taught women about family planning. He taught them about prenatal care. He taught them about childbirth. He taught them about infant care. He taught them about nutrition. He saved lives. He improved the health of mothers and children. He made a huge difference. Mr. Carlos's work was recognized. He received awards. He received honors. He received praise from leaders. He was invited to speak at conferences. He was invited to share his story. He became a symbol of hope. He became a symbol of change. He became an inspiration to millions. But Mr. Carlos remained humble. He never forgot where he came from. He never forgot the village. He never forgot the people. He never forgot the children. He continued to teach. He continued to inspire. He continued to make a difference. He said, "I am just a fisherman. I am not special. I am not extraordinary. I just believe in the power of education. I just believe that every child deserves a chance. I just believe that we can change the world one child at a time." Mr. Carlos's story teaches us many lessons. It teaches us that one person can make a difference. Mr. Carlos was just one person. He had no money. He had no power. He had no influence. But he had a dream. He had a vision. He had determination. And he built a school. He changed the lives of hundreds of children. He changed the future of an entire community. It teaches us that we should follow our dreams. Mr. Carlos had a dream. He wanted to build a school. He wanted to help the children. He followed his dream. He pursued it with passion. He pursued it with determination. He achieved it. He made it a reality. We should all follow our dreams. We should all pursue our passions. We should all make a difference. It teaches us that we should not be afraid of challenges. Mr. Carlos faced many challenges. He had no money. He had no resources. He had no support. He started with nothing. He built a school from nothing. He created a future from nothing. He overcame every challenge. He persevered. He succeeded. We can overcome our challenges too. We just need to be determined. We just need to be persistent. It teaches us that education is powerful. Mr. Carlos believed in the power of education. He knew that education could change lives. He knew that education could break the cycle of poverty. He knew that education could create opportunities. He dedicated his life to education. He made a huge difference. Education is the key to a better future. Education is the key to a better life. Education is the key to a better world. It teaches us that we should give back. Mr. Carlos could have stayed in his fishing boat. He could have made a little money. He could have had a simple life. But he chose to build a school. He chose to give back. He chose to help others. He made a difference. We should all give back. We should all help others. We should all make the world a better place. It teaches us that we should believe in ourselves. Mr. Carlos believed in himself. He believed in his vision. He believed in his dream. Even when others doubted him, he believed. He trusted himself. He trusted his abilities. He trusted his mission. We should all believe in ourselves. We should all believe in our dreams. We should all believe in our potential. Mr. Carlos's story is a story of hope. It is a story of determination. It is a story of success against all odds. It reminds us that anything is possible. It reminds us that we can make a difference. It reminds us that we should never stop believing. Thank you for listening to True Stories on our channel, Elevate English. We hope this story inspired you. We hope it gave you strength. We hope it reminded you that you can make a difference. No matter where you come from, no matter what your circumstances are, you can change the world. You can make a difference. Just like Mr. Carlos. Remember, you do not need to be rich to make a difference. You do not need to be powerful to make a difference. You do not need to be famous to make a difference. You just need to care. You just need to act. You just need to believe. You can change the world one person at a time. You can change the world one village at a time. You can change the world one child at a time. See you in the next story. Goodbye and good luck. And remember, you have the power to make a difference. Use it wisely. Use it well. Use it with love.